Hi, I'm Amy O'Donnell. Today we're going to talk about using your Stripology ruler to cut in 1/4 inch increments. And when I say 1/4 inch increments, I mean 2 1/4 or 3 3/4 or something that's not already built into the ruler. The ruler itself has a slit every 1/2 inch cut in it. So it makes it super simple to cut 1/2 inch strips or 1 1/2 or 2 or 2 1/2. But how do we use it to cut 1/4 inch strips? There is a way. You're going to need your ruler and you're going to need your Stripology instructions, whether you have the XL or the Stripology squared. And we'll be focusing on this part of the instructions right here. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, pull out your Stripology ruler instructions, and we're going to be focusing on the table that you see in the picture. And that is what's going to give us the measurements that we need, where we need to make our cuts at. If you don't have your directions, you can download them and print them from the Creative Grids website, but you will need your directions in order to be able to do this. First, we're going to focus on cutting 2 3/4 inch strips. You want to line your cut edge of your fabric up against the 0 line of the Stripology ruler. And you want to make your first cuts at 5 1/2 and 11 inches. I've marked these with the little post-it strips, and that is very handy. So I highly recommend having those on hand. To make the second cut, we want to move the ruler slightly so that the cut edge is in the -1/4 inch position, and that's the dotted line to the left of the 0 line. And we want to make our second cuts at 2 1/2 and 8 inches. And I've got them marked there with the post-its. And now I've got my perfect 2 3/4 inch strips. To make 2 3/4 inch squares, line up your strips in a straight way on your cutting mat and line up the short cut end of the strips along the 0 line. And then you want to make your first cut again at 5 1/2 and 11 inches. And then once again, we want to move the ruler so the cut edge is in the -1/4 inch position, and we want to make our second cuts at 2 1/2 and 8 inches. And these numbers I'm pulling off the table from the Stripology instructions. That's where I'm getting those numbers. And now we have perfect 2 3/4 inch squares using our Stripology ruler. Next, we're going to cut 3 1/4 inch strips. It's much the same procedure. I'm pulling the numbers off of the table. You want to line your cut edge up on the 0 line and make your first cut at 6 1/2 inches. And I've got it marked with the post-it note. 6 1/2 inches for that first cut. And once again, we're going to shift the ruler so the cut edge is in the -1/4 inch position to the left of the 0. And we're going to make our second cuts at 3 inches and at 9 1/2 inches. The sticky post-it notes are a very important for me anyway. I use them all the time. And now we have our 3 1/4 inch strips that we've cut. And to turn them into squares, we're going to line them up on our cutting mat with the short end along that 0 line on the Stripology ruler. And we're going to once again make a first cut at 6 1/2 inches. And we will shift the ruler once again so that the cut edge is in the -1/4 inch line, up against that -1/4 inch line. And we will make our second cuts at 3 and 9 1/2 inches. And here you can see that we have our perfect 3 1/4 inch squares, all cut using our Stripology ruler. This ruler is a powerhouse and has a ton of capabilities, and it's kind of like your iPhone or your fancy sewing machine. There's so much to learn, it would boggle the mind. But it is nice to be able to use it to cut 1/4 inch increments. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Get yourself some little stick-it post-it notes and go for it. But you must have the instructions. So if you don't have them, like I said, you can download them. Thanks, and have a great day.